Vinod, welcome to my channel. Today is my day 18 of my 30 days video challenge, and first of all, I would like to thank you all so much for taking time and watching my video. Today I am going to talk about Henry Ford. Henry Ford was an American industrialist and a business magnate. He is the founder of Ford Motor Company and the chief developer of the moving assembly line. What's this moving assembly line? Stay tuned to know about this unique technique introduced by Henry Ford. Also, I am going to share about the success secrets then and there while telling the life story and not at the end like I do usually. Henry Ford was the son of parents who owned a prosperous farm in Dearborn, Michigan. At 16, he left home for the nearby city of Detroit where he found apprentice work as a machinist. 3 years later, he returned to Dearborn and worked on the family farm, but continued to service and operate steam engines and work occasional stints in the Detroit factories. In 1888, he got married with Clara Bryant, who had grown up on the nearby farm. In the first several years of their marriage, Ford supported himself and his new wife by running a sawmill. In 1891, he returned with Clara to Detroit as he was hired as an engineer. Rising quickly through the ranks, he was promoted to the chief engineer 2 years later. Around the same time, Clara gave birth to the couple's only son, Edsel Bryant Ford. On call 24 hours a day at his job at Edison, Ford spent his irregular hours on building a gasoline-powered horseless carriage or an automobile. In 1896, he completed what he called the quadricycle, which consisted of 2-cylinder and 4 bicycle wheels and 4 horsepower. Here itself we can understand 2 success secrets from his life. Number 1. Here he is a great example of the quote, where there is a will, there is a way. He utilized his free time to build the carriage, and we are blessed with the same 24 hours, and how we spend our time productively shapes our life. So the second success secret here is he got more investors after he invented the quadricycle. He believed in himself. Similarly, we too should believe in ourselves and implement the idea without hesitation. If we lose, we learn, but if we win, the world is ours. Ford established the Ford Motor Company in 1903 after 2 failed business ventures. A month after the Ford Motor Company was established, the first Ford car, Model A, was assembled at a plant in Detroit. At the time, very few cars were assembled per day, and 2 to 3 groups of workers built them by hand from the parts that were brought from other companies. Ford's dream was to create a car that was affordable for everyone, and the result was Model T, which made its debut in October 1908. Model T was the first Ford car with all its parts built by the company itself. Model T was an immediate success. Ford received more orders than the company could satisfy. Ford had succeeded in making cars for the masses, but only to create a new challenge. How to build up production to satisfy the demand? His solution, the moving assembly line. Ford reasoned that if each worker remained in one assigned place and performed one specific task, they could build more cars more quickly and efficiently. Ford refined and perfected the system, and within a year it just took 93 minutes to make a car. Model T, sold by the Ford Motor Company from 1908 to 1927, became so popular at one point that a majority of Americans owned one. The third success secret here is, while most other automakers were making luxury-laden cars for the wealthy, Ford had a different vision. His dream was to create a car that was affordable for everyone, and the result was Model T, and Model T made his dream a reality. Ford ceased the production of the Model T in 1927 and introduced the new Model A, which featured more better. By the time they had sold some 15 million Model Ts, and Ford Motor Company was the largest automobile manufacturer in the world, and Ford had opened some plants and operations throughout the world. So the final success secret here is there is nothing impossible or hard if you break it into small jobs. Henry Ford said that there are no big problems, there are just a lot of little problems. If you think about it, you'll see how true it is. Nothing is really that hard. The hard part is being consistent. So stay consistent in your efforts to achieve massive success. And hope you loved the inspiring story of Henry Ford. And that's it for today. If you like this video, smash that like button, hit the subscribe and please share. See you in my next video. Until then, tata, bye bye.